Today, I'm giving some of the strongest One Piece characters who don't have devil fruits, characters like Shanks, Mihawk, Garp, and even the Pirate King himself, Gol D. Roger. Let's start with the hero of the Marines, Monkey D. Garp. Garp is so powerful that many fans believe Prime Garp was the strongest Marine in history. Even in old age, Garp can still destroy entire battlefields with his raw strength alone. But here's something interesting. Garp doesn't use weapons in combat. He's basically a pure boxer. So we need a devil fruit that perfectly matches his fighting style. I have two amazing options for Garp. The first one is the Gura Gura no Mi, Whitebeard's legendary devil fruit. This fruit would be absolutely insane on Garp. Just imagine galaxy impact combined with earthquake powers. Every punch would become 10 times more destructive. Since the Gura Gura no Mi works best through direct physical attacks, Garp could arguably use it even better than Whitebeard or Blackbeard because both of them rely on weapons, while Garp relies entirely on his fists. But if we want a devil fruit that enhances Garp's body itself, then a Zoan-type fruit would be another great option. A perfect example would be Rob Lucci's leopard fruit. We've already seen how much stronger Lucci became because of that fruit. Since Garp is a hand-to-hand fighter, the enhanced speed, strength, and durability would fit him perfectly. If I had to choose one fruit for Garp, my first choice would definitely be the Gura Gura no Mi. Now let's move on to Garp's greatest rival, the Pirate King himself, Gol D. Roger. Roger is already one of the strongest characters in One Piece history. Some people may argue that Joy Boy or Emu are stronger, but regardless, Roger is already at the very top. If we're giving him a devil fruit, I have two incredible choices. The first one is practical. The human fruit, model Nika. This fruit feels almost made for Roger, because Roger and Luffy have extremely similar personalities. Both love freedom. Both inspire everyone around them. And when their friends are in danger, both become absolute monsters. Luffy uses the Nika fruit in unbelievable ways. And while Roger may not fight exactly like Luffy, he would still be an incredible user of this power. But my second choice comes from the heart. Ace's Flame Fruit. Yes, Roger's own son's devil fruit. And this isn't just an emotional choice. The Mera Mera no Mi is still one of the strongest Logia fruits in the entire series. If you've read Ace's novels, then you already know just how devastating his attacks could become. With enough mastery, Roger could potentially develop even stronger blue flames, similar to Sanji's current flames. Still, if we're being completely objective, the Nika fruit is definitely the better choice for the Pirate King. Now let's talk about the future world's greatest swordsman, Roronoa Zoro. At this point in the story, Zoro is already an absolute monster. He recently defeated top-tier opponents like King and Rob Lucci, and after obtaining Enma and unlocking advanced Conqueror's Haki in Wano, he became stronger than ever. But despite all of that, Zoro still has one limitation. He can only use 3 swords. If we're giving Zoro a devil fruit, it should be something that allows him to increase the number of swords he can use at the same time. And the perfect fruit for that would be Vice Admiral Onigumo's Spider Zoan fruit. We don't officially know the name of this fruit, but we've already seen what it can do. It allows the user to grow multiple extra limbs. Now imagine Zoro with 6 additional arms. Instead of 3 sword style, he could use 9 sword style permanently. Think about how many new techniques he could create. Think about how many supreme grade blades he could collect and wield at the same time. Yes, Zoro already has a Sora, which visually gives him 9 swords, but that form consumes a lot of energy and can't be maintained forever. With this Spider Zoan, Zoro could fight with 9 real swords whenever he wanted. Some people might argue that Mr. One's Dice fruit would be the perfect choice instead. After all, it allows the user to transform parts of their body into blades. But honestly, those blades wouldn't be anywhere near as powerful as supreme grade swords. So while the Dice fruit would be fun, the Spider Zoan is clearly the better option for Zoro. Now let's move on to Vinsmoke Sanji. Sanji is one of the most unique fighters in One Piece, because he already possesses multiple abilities without needing a devil fruit. The biggest reason is his Germa enhancements. Because of them, Sanji has an incredibly durable body, exoskeleton, enhanced regeneration, and much greater physical strength. That alone already makes him terrifying. But that's not where his abilities end. Sanji can also generate flames powerful enough to burn through some of the strongest opponents in the series. After awakening his Germa powers, he even unlocked blue flames, making his attacks even more destructive. That's why I don't think Sanji needs a fire fruit or a magma fruit. He already has fire powers. Instead, I have 2 much more interesting options. The first one is the ice fruit. Imagine Sanji controlling both fire and ice. He could switch between burning and freezing attacks instantly, and outside of combat, he could even use his ice powers while cooking and preserving food aboard the Thousand Sunny. One Piece would finally have its own version of Todoroki. But the second option might be even crazier. Robin's flower fruit. Imagine Sanji creating extra legs anywhere on the battlefield. His fighting style would instantly go from limited to almost limitless. He could attack opponents from every direction at the same time. And as a chef, having multiple hands available while cooking would also be incredibly useful. Honestly, even I can't decide which devil fruit fits Sanji better. Let me know which one you would choose. Or does there also exist someone who is the strongest even without a devil fruit? Lord Usopp.